You just shouldn't care. What's the difference? At this point, it doesn't
My
really
hair
matter.
is looking flowy like a flock of seagulls.
It looks like the guy from the mammoth from Ice Age. Sully, is it?
No,
Oh my God.
it's
Yeah.
well, that mammoth gets some mad play then.
Yeah, he did too.
Oh, that's disgusting. I might throw up after seeing that. Oh, that's
Hmm.
foul.
Cat dad.
Meow.
Welcome back to the podcast, boys. I still
Yeah,
break.
welcome back, Lando. I'm surprised
And-
you're up and ticking after that diabolical loss last night by the Steelers, the worst organization in the league.
We already knew this was going to happen. I'm glad we scored some points. That's
I
all.
was low key thought they were gonna make a little comeback there.
No,
That's what I
there's
said.
never a shot. Never a shot. When you got King Henry in the backfield, that man can't get tackled.
Classic
Yeah.
fake Mike Tomlin comeback. 6 straight playoff losses. In the first
Do you
quarter.
think they're gonna fire him? No way they fire him.
Now he's got a running contract.
He's
I don't know
he's
why,
one of the
though.
most untouchable coaches, I think, in the league.
For no reason.
Who's
Yeah.
more untouchable, Tomlin
Nobody.
or Arteta?
Tomlin.
God.
Tomlin.
I don't
Dude,
know.
Tomlin is reaching like Pep Guardiola levels of untouchable without any accomplishments.
It's the hair. That's what my dad says. Best hair in football. Every time he turns the Arsenal game on, because I love that Arteta. That Arteta, that's how he says it. Best hair in
Dude.
footy.
Who uses more hair gel, Mikel Arteta or Gavin Newsom?
Yeah, no comment, no comment, no comments.
Teddy, how the Flyers did? We good?
Can you
Yeah.
breathe over there?
Well,
Support.
I am here. I mean, in terms of breathable content,
Yes.
what I did
Yes.
yesterday was diabolical, and I shouldn't be breathing. But
I need to hear about this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want all 30 listeners to hear right now.
Listen,
I
a
don't know.
5 a.m.
Okay.
all the Logan Muck is diabolical.
See, okay, we can address this. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that call did happen. Do I remember that happening? No. But he
Not
called me. He called me at 1:30-ish, 1 a.m. your time. So, I don't know what happened throughout my night where I had to return the call, but we'll speak about what me
man,
and
when-
Dr. Fat.
Man,
Hey,
was
we had a great
scrolling.
conversation.
Man was
We had a great
scrolling.
hour.
A great hour and a half conversation. But I
Man
think,
shot out his 5th text for the night. Was like, I guess I'll just call Logan back.
I mean, I feel like it was the other energy, like when he was calling me, because he must have known that I was on Cali time. I was 3 hours back. Maybe some of his messages were sending to whoever he was sending those messages to.
Oh,
And he's like, you
Well, they
know
were
what? Let me
sending.
look at it.
Yeah. They were sending. They just weren't getting returned.
Right.
For those who don't know, we're filming on Kenny's birthday today. Obviously, he's a
We
little...
didn't need to tell
happy
him.
birthday, happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Kenny. How old are you now?
Nah, I'm disclosing that information. The viewers know I'm old.
25.
Oh, shit.
25. Quarter of the way there.
It's a quarter-way crisis.
It doesn't feel like it. My back, my hamstrings, everything is in shambles. Everything's in absolute shambles.
You know you go hard. When you go hard, it's when the hammies hurt. That's when you know.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, was I up at 5 a.m.? Allegedly. But a more slightly, like, not serious note, but I did also, like, volunteer during the day with, like, giving, like, pallets of water, like, getting it off the truck and everything. And they had me in the truck, just like going pallet by pallet. And guys, like, I'm glad I did it, but oh my gosh, my back, like, I can't, if I see a water jug or anything, like, it gives me the ick, because all I did was just like pass and toss and pass,
Oh,
and I don't have the hamstrings for it.
Who
I
who was
don't have the hamstrings
who
for
was
it.
in charge of this operation?
who was giving you that water? I thought they were out of that over there in LA.
Well, here's the thing. They flew Trader Joe's, shout out Trader Joe's. They dropped some off at the YMCA, which is where we were. Thank you to everyone who's still listening. Season 2 of Remotely Related is underway. And before we dive into anything else, let's check in on everyone else's 2 weeks of vacation. I know Smitty and Lando, tough for the Steelers, but anything else go on for you guys that you want to share?
Lando, did you get a haircut?
I did get a little bit of
I was
haircut.
gonna say you look like the oh, come here. You look
Let's
like
hear
the
this.
fucking center back that pulled out that Maradona-esque move at the Tottenham game today. That's
what I
what you
say.
look like.
Same
You
age
watched
as
the
him
Tottenham
too.
game?
32.
No, I read up. Yeah, 32. I read up on the story. Anyway, sorry. Continue. Yes, Pittsburgh sucks.
Fair
And-
enough.
Yeah, break was nice on the podcast. I mean, there was really no break in the the real world, but that's kind of how it is these days. You guys know how it is. But
Always working.
Mm.
Always working.
grind
Every
is
day.
real, baby.
Yeah,
Every
I don't
time
know. I don't know. I don't think there's another guy in here that works like 14 hours a day. But if you're going to do that, there's no better place than to blow off some steam than right here in front of this camera. So, it adds for a good dynamic. I must say about Mike Tomlin, I don't want to see him coach Pittsburgh Steelers football anymore. And the reason why isn't because he's not a good coach. It's because at some point, all the great sayings become annoying sayings when you don't win. Like when you say the standard is the standard, well, going 500, it's not cool anymore when that's the standard. And when you say don't blink, and if you blink, you got to cut your eyelids off. I wish I cut my eyelids off before they kicked off the game yesterday. So, tough time to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but ultimately, most of us don't care anymore because the expectations are really low.
I think I saw something where the opponent has outscored us 72-0 in the first quarter in the first round of playoffs.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know why Muck's laughing, though, because you have to be in the playoffs to get outscored in the first quarter of the playoffs.
There was
But-
no
buddy.
laugh in
It's
there.
an abomination. Okay.
How's
feel for
Cabo
you
treating
guys.
you?
How's what?
How's Cabo? How's the Bengals? Are they on
Cabo?
island time now or what?
That
Yeah,
joke
I'm
didn't
sure
land
Joe
at
Burrow's probably
Lando,
having
no, I
a
thought it was
great
good.
time.
Lando, I thought it was good. I was waiting for them to understand it, but I thought
Yeah,
it was
I mean, they got two peas in a pod over here. Excuse my swearing.
all. Yeah.
I mean,
Edit.
I'm sure Joe Burrow's having a great time with his Batmobile and Olivia Ponton.
No, we don't need that. We don't need that right now.
I actually saw his Batmobile the other day. I think he's just enjoying life right now.
you and Burrow are around the same areas.
Yeah, I saw T. Higgins yesterday, his Lambo as well. I
Cool,
actually
cool, cool.
did. And that's actually a fact. I actually did see
Okay.
him in his Lambo.
Fair enough.
So that was tight. Yeah, we've been texting, making sure we can get T back next year. Yeah, we're just exchanging words, seeing what we can do to convince this guy.
Did you
I think we
hear
got it.
Jamar Chase doesn't want to play for you guys next year?
Yeah, that's a
That's just-
lie.
That's a lie.
No,
Or
he
it's
literally came out
absurd.
on a press conference. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't want to
well-
play for this terrible organization anymore.
Guarantee you that's not true. And he will be back next year.
Yes.
Look it up.
All right.
Or started GoFundMe for T. Higgins to come back as well.
We don't need to go. Yeah, we don't need it. Me and Joe got stuff cooking in the background you guys don't know about.
Your defense is already horrible this year. Just wait till next year when you have to pay those three guys.
No, I'm not paying the defense. Okay, we don't
We're
need one
cutting
guy
half our
taking.
roster.
Yeah,
You guys complain about the defense all season, and you're like, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
care
it's
about
terrible.
no.
defense.
Listen. No, I don't care
Yeah,
about
we're gonna
paying
cut
Trey
them.
Hendrickson. What's one guy that can get 17 sacks if everybody else sucks? No, we're not fucking paying his ass.
This
And
is
he's on a
why
contract for another year, so
Sounds like the defense is gonna suck even more. But that's okay. Because there's a lot of defenses that suck.
Well, before we get there, Muck,
Speaking of defenses that
hold
suck,
on, don't do it, don't do
Real
it.
Madrid football club.
Here we go.
No, I'll
Right
save it.
into
Go
it.
ahead, Muck. Go ahead, Muck.
Well,
I don't-
my thing for Muck was it shouldn't be coming from me today, but over a 2-week break, someone did say they love the alcoholic on the pod, so I did just want to give you your flowers. You're doing a great
Okay.
job.
Oh,
Hey, shout out that fan. We are trying to dial it back after recent events. So I probably will not be alcoholic
New
Mucky.
season, new you.
Yeah, it's needed. It's definitely needed after the atrocities that I've committed here recently.
I'm right with you. I am
Muck-
right with you.
Muck was telling me that he was waiting to tell everybody about his night on the pod.
Yeah,
So
I think I'm gonna save it. I don't think they don't need this. They don't need to hear about this. In fact, yeah, no.
put an asterisk on the night. Put an asterisk.
Yeah, it's just Control Delete last night.
Man, I would love to be a fly on the wall between a Kenny and Muck conversation at 4:00
My
in the morning.
gosh, you had
Jail.
to be there.
jail,
Yeah.
dude.
If you weren't there,
It
you
was
weren't
like
there,
prison
man.
time. 5 years in the clank.
That's for me and Muck to know, and no one else to ever find out. But you know what? I think before we continue, Jacob, welcome back. How you doing? How
Man,
are
I'm
you
good.
2 weeks?
My 2 weeks were they were lovely. I had some time off of work, so what I did was I let my phone die and I didn't pick it up for 2 weeks.
You know, it's
And
crazy.
then
So before your phone died, you posted on the gram for the first time in a while.
I did.
Dang.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the gram.
Yeah.
Would love
I
if
know.
you reposted some more remotely related stuff, but
2.5
Baby
years.
steps.
First step, the girl made it to the Instagram.
Yeah.
Next to
Yeah.
podcast.
It was time. We've been dating a year. I figured it was time to plop around that old thing. Let the ladies know.
What was your favorite photo from the IG dump? Do you have a favorite
Well,
one?
definitely one of the ones with a chicken on my head for sure.
That was a setup. You
But-
should have just said your girl. I don't know.
I was surprised you even put her as the first photo. I was surprised that one of the chickens weren't.
Well, I didn't want to be in a fight, so
Yeah.
not that she would have, but
You did.
Yeah.
You did exactly what you had to do.
I did good.
Yeah,
I did good.
It
It
was
was
a good photo
time.
dump. It was a good return.
She deserves,
Uh-huh.
and I like my caption, gentlemen. I didn't get any picture of the Pittsburgh boys in there because I didn't have any from alumni weekend, most likely because
I
I
wonder
didn't
why
have
you
my.
tell
the
have
viewers,
any images.
when we tell the viewers why we don't have any. Later down the line, we could speak about that. But
I only have selfies of me running back from the casino at 4 a.m. That's it. It's the only thing on my phone from that weekend.
without further ado,
Do you have any pictures of the chicken wings from that weekend, or were they all gone by the time you got back?
They're all sitting in Adebambo's gut. Guys, I've been mad in my day. I have a bit of a temper. And when I tell you, I ran home 2 miles because I had those chicken wings on my mind. That's what got me home. And when I got home and I saw there was only one left in that container, I almost killed a man. I almost killed a man. And his name was Adebambo.
oh man, I mean,
Hold on.
I won't speak on the chicken wing disaster, but
What about the cheese curds? Where are the cheese curds at? Who got into the cheese curds?
The cheese curds were this on the top left, Ryan Landry.
What do you mean? I wasn't even there, dude.
Or I mean Logan Muck. This guy, we want to talk
crazy.
about atrocities. I don't know what he did last night, but eating my cheese curds the weekend of the alumni weekend has to be way worse.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
Could
Wow!
be. Could be.
I got home. I burned off 2,000 calories on my run. I got home to no nutrition at all, just anger, and one cold, wet, sloppy tender.
Oh,
God.
oh,
Thanks for
very
making me read.
very picturesque of you running down in Pittsburgh trying to get some chicken wings. But I think we can let the viewers know. Whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa!
You got mad about it. You got too mad.
If that ruined that story, that's gonna be really bad.
He was frozen the whole time.
He was, but I don't know if like Riverside picked up his quality or not.
He wasn't
The
frozen
Wi-Fi.
on mine.
The Wi-Fi's not that great in Louisville, from what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing great in Louisville, so.
I had
They
a
got
great
Skyline Chili down there or no?
Yeah, they do.
That's always good, you know?
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Ain't nothing
sorry.
like putting 2 pounds of
Rage
cheese
quit.
on top of your spaghetti.
How are the boys doing on New Year's resolutions? Quitter's Day was just Friday.
You said
Yeah,
what?
You know, we didn't have those because
Yeah,
it's got to be one of the stupidest things on earth is the New Year's resolution. I mean, if you need a change of calendar to be your motivation to do something right, you just got a weak mindset. You might be a loser.
I agree.
I think you're a loser, and I think that when you do stuff like that, it showcases that you end up like Trent Alexander-Arnold and you want to leave Liverpool to go to a shit club like Real Madrid who gets battered 5-2 against their biggest rival in finals. I just don't think that's the type of thing that you want to do, and that is why New Year's resolutions are not for me.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't do one.
we can
Yeah,
we can
mine's
stick
going
to
great.
the footy part. Oh, you have some?
Of course, Jacob probably has like 5.
Yeah, and I'll probably
Saying
do
I
all of
love
them.
you.
No.
He's froze.
Is my Wi-Fi going taking a shit?
Yeah, it's
I
not
mean, you
great.
seem good right now.
Am I? How's my hair?
You seem good right now.
Okay.
No one cares about your hair.
Yeah, that's because
Bad
you
as it
have
was
none.
before you froze.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna
Bring
move on now.
bring
My New Year's resolution is get less angry, so I'm just gonna.
Well, just wait till we edit it so it seems like you rage quit out of the chicken wing story. Get it back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Benny, we
buddy.
forgot to ask you, did you make any homemade beer yet or no?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I do. It's currently fermenting in my utility room.
How long's
So-
it got to ferment for?
I tell you, it takes 2 weeks to ferment, except the day I'm supposed to unferment it, I might be in Cincinnati, so it might ferment for a couple other days. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to turn out well because I did not follow the recipe at all. It's sitting in this bucket at room temperature right now. There's no way this can be good. It's
How do you even what ingredients even go in that shit?
and grains and water, and really that's about it. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. It just took a long ass time, and it was kind of like cooking. I know this because of Breaking Bad. You know how it's got to be sanitized, right? You know, you got to clean the shit out of it. And the directions were talking about how you got to sanitize all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god. You know, swap out a couple ingredients, and I'd just be making right now out of my utility room. You know? I just didn't know that beer was like that. It was like, this has to be sterile, or else it's going to affect the beer. And I'd be like, I want 99%, what is it? 2.
Alcohol content.
Yeah, I want my alcohol to be blue. They're going to know me as a Heisen beer. It's fermenting. I got my bottles. I'm ready for bottling day. I'll ship the boys some beers.
That's like that lab grown meat where they make the meat in the lab with
Yeah.
the chemicals. That's some disgusting stuff right
Yeah,
there.
before it gets too crazy over there, we can dial back in and lock in what we're going to talk about for today. But let's. I think it's good that we do the Arsenal United game, some Prem predictions, and then Muck, if you have the story of the week, we can run with that. You're muted, but cool.
Cool.
I say, yeah, I got a great one this week.
Okay. So I think it's only right that we dive right into the FA Cup. So honestly, where do you want to begin? Where do we want to begin?
I mean, why can't we just talk about Arsenal for like 45 minutes and then we call it a day? I mean, there's plenty to talk about. You can talk about the injury crisis. You can talk about the hair gel. You can talk about AFTV going off the rails every time I see a video on Twitter. You can talk about United.
Well, I mean, surely we got to at least spend 5 minutes talking about these plumbers and HVAC technicians on Tamworth taking Tottenham for a spin. I mean, we got a guy selling potato pies out of a van, just launching 40-yard throw-ins. I mean, this is the magic of the FA Cup. I mean, this guy just takes the leftover meat pies from his van and starts chucking those in his back garden, as they say.
That's their pregame meal. He brings out the spuds and the potato pies.
Yeah. So I had no interest. I had absolutely no interest in watching this game. And then I opened up Twitter and I saw about 7 posts saying, this is the worst performance I've seen in my entire life. And I clicked on the profile and all the profiles said Spurs. So I turned on this game. Spurs are lucky they didn't lose this game in like the 95th minute. They had like a goal line clearance off the line, off one of the long throws. I don't know.
What was the back line?
Dude, they played like a full strength team.
Oh, that's some young guys out there.
Yeah. I hadn't seen
Look at the lineup.
Yeah.
Bro, the stadium was sick though.
Turf.
Dude.
Yeah. That's probably
Wait, it was turf?
Yeah. It was turf.
Artificial. I mean, this locker room looked like Logan's college room. I mean, everything's broken. There's no decoration. It's just a white wall with a broken doorknob. It's great.
And their players are part-time workers, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a teacher, there's someone out.
Yeah. I mean, I think, okay, guys, think about the lads, getting off their 9 to 5. We're just going to go play Tottenham real quick, and then the boys are going to hit the pub and get absolutely blitzed. Guys.
And then go to work the next day.
I would pay large sums of money if I had it to be in that pub with just, what's his name? Hold on, come back to me.
Well, this is kind of like the whole thing with just European and just English footy. I saw on Twitter today too that like Man United was getting ready to just go on the train to their game. And I'm just like, that's weird. Like, shouldn't they just have like a bus or something? Or they are fully within just the community like it's a regular day, and they're just hopping on the train like it's regular.
Well, that could be Man United doing some cost-cutting measures, sending the players on public transport. I mean, I don't think many of the big 6 clubs are hopping on the public transport trains to get to the games. I mean, that could be them trying to just save a few dollars.
Okay, I guess it's United, so it makes sense. But I know we're gonna dive into the Arsenal United game, but another shout out for the FA Cup. Shout out to Darren Ferguson for not having a historical LeBron and Bronny moment and not playing Ashley Young's kid against him. You had one job. You plain and simply had one job. They lost the game anyways. They easily could have played him. And it's just shout out to him for really ruining absolutely everything about the moment.
He
But
said after the game, he was like, "This is not a charity event. My job's here to
brother,
manage the team the best chance for us to win." It's like they were already down 2-0, I believe.
they were.
So I don't know why he's like trying to chase the game and win it. I don't know, dude. These guys all have enormous egos and they
Yeah.
need to be checked.
Yeah.
I think before we talk,
I love talking about coaches with egos. I think they all have them. Let's.
Really interesting.
exactly. Before we get into Arsenal and coaches with egos, let's just have a little moment of silence for Sean Dyche,
Yeah.
who we are going to massively miss him in the Premier League.
Well,
Yeah, I was gonna say if he waited, if he got another 6 months at the helm, my boy over at what the hell? Sorry. Yeah, Tamworth. I keep forgetting the names over here. My boy Tom Tonks over at Tamworth would have had a new club record signing because Sean Dyche would have used his 50-yard throw in every game. I mean, if he just had another 2 weeks, the performance he put on, I can't get over it. Tom Tonks, midfielder, Everton, Sean Dyche legend, 50-yard throw-ins. I mean, they might have landed fourth in the table with him.
So I think the funny thing with Everton is if you want to fire Sean Dyche because you want to play more aesthetically pleasing football, why do you bring in David Moyes?
Yeah.
I mean, it seems kind of like a lateral move to me.
club's a joke.
Yeah.
Before we one last point, did anyone see Benjamin Sesko's goal today? If you
I did
haven't,
not.
open up Twitter right now and look up Sesko, because this man scored an absolute thunderclapper. And if I was Mikel Arteta, I would be on the phone with RB Leipzig right now and say, is he available for transfer? Can I bring him in? Because if you can, he might be able to solve some of your issues.
It's a good call out. But Lando, Muck, I want to give you guys the floor. Just talk to us about the game. How you feeling? What's going on? No FA Cup for you this year.
No trophies at all, probably.
I see.
I mean,
You're still in 3 competitions.
we're a battered team battling injuries, and we play the most stale football in the Premier League. I mean, it's at what point are you going to change up the tactics? I just don't get it. Like, unfortunate, Jesus goes down. Why is he not up top anyways? Havertz, what has he done in the last 2-3 months? And he's still starting up top. Jesus was in form. If he's that striker, who knows? The guy doesn't get hurt. Changes everything.
It's tough. It's tough when your 9 gets hurt for making a last ditch tackle. Doesn't look good.
Yeah. When Neri's hurt, Saka obviously out. I mean, it should have been Trossard and Jesus at the 9, plain and simple. And literally the only pleasing part to watch of Arsenal right now is when Odegaard has the ball. Like, he is the only thing that is driving the attack right now. And
this
the
is
finish,
an interesting take.
Interesting.
Because I was gonna ask you guys. I know me, Lando, and Smitty talked about it earlier, but I'm starting to think, how important is Odegaard?
If I had a pass to cross the ball in the box every time I got the fucking ball, I'd make a couple of good passes too. 90% of them just
Uncomfortable conversation.
I mean,
I don't know.
This guy is an
I mean,
8. He is not a 10. Stop playing him as a 10.
Smitty, you might have cooked earlier when you're saying which one's more important, because this Arsenal that I'm seeing right now, I don't know this Arsenal. This isn't the Arsenal that I grew up watching on.
What did I say earlier? Did I say if Odegaard gets hurt, it has no impact on them at all? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes that far, but it's getting pretty close at this point. I just think out of a lot of their players on the team, he's kind of replaceable because I think Havertz can do the same job Odegaard does in that position. Like, they have no Saka replacement in terms of goals or assists. They have no fullbacks, let's be honest. They have center backs that play fullback. As good as Timber has been, he is a center back. He's not a fullback. They have Declan Rice and the man that may be under investigation for things that we do not speak of. I think that just the balance of the team is just off right now. And injuries have something to do with it, but ultimately, like, Mikel Mourinho still hasn't shown up from Spain. He still thinks he's at Sociedad because he hasn't done anything for Arsenal yet. Martinelli has fallen off a cliff on what he has been the last 2 years. So then you're trying to rely on guys like Trossard and Raheem Sterling and Kai Havertz to score you goals. And none of them in their entire careers have showcased that they can consistently score.
Well said. That's well said. Lando, gonna ISO you. How are you feeling?
Lando didn't chime into this game till about minute 95, so we're about to hear some world-class overtime tactic talk here.
Well, no, I missed the game. I was at the gym, No, obviously not a new year, new me, but we're back in the gym, boys.
Wow.
We're getting healthy.
Thank God.
I did watch the highlights, and literally the highlight package that I watched had literally less than
Probably
a
like
minute,
30 seconds. Yeah.
30 seconds of the first half, and then went straight to the second half. So that tells me everything I need to know about the first half. Injuries. Is it the Raheem Sterling redemption story?
No,
It's gonna have to be.
No,
I will
it's
say
gonna have to be. It's not gonna happen, but it's gonna happen.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
There's
not.
your soccer replacement right there, Nick.
Absolutely not.
Oh, yeah.
I hope he is the soccer replacement. I hope he starts every game. I hope they don't buy any forwards in January. I hope he buys another defensive-minded midfielder and another center back. I hope that's what he does. And he probably will, because his Lego-ass head doesn't compute in his brain that he needs goals. He's more worried about just having 95% possession and playing the most risk-averse football we've ever seen in the league. I don't know why he thinks he's going to win anything playing this way. I haven't seen a team win a trophy playing this way probably in the last 10 years. You don't win playing like this. You got to take chances. They don't take chances. They just want to have control.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think it's really a moment for Arsenal and Arsenal fans and just everyone to really look in the mirror and just kind of just either accept who they are or want better. I think coming out of this game, it's one of the main questions that I feel like people have asked already, but should Mikel Arteta stay? Should he go? What do you guys think?
Been at the wheel 5 years.
Year 5, phase 5.
I'd say he's...
700 million down the drain.
What are they, 9 points behind Liverpool? 6?
6.
6 down.
Game in hand.
Down 2-0 in Newcastle in the semifinal. Out of the FA Cup.
I think
they're not going to win Champions League. We know that.
I think it's a very good possibility for not in the top 4. He's definitely gone. I think
top
without
4.
a doubt.
I think they'll definitely.
If he's not in the top 4, 100%, he's set.
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad we're on the same page.
I don't know anymore.
I think he'll be sacked this year. I think the injury thing. I think he's going to be. I think he's going to hang on the injury thing, and I don't think he'll be fired this year. But I think next year, if you don't get at least one trophy,
if they don't win the league.
Well,
it's Premier bust next year.
Yeah,
like that's his last year.
You know what I think the bigger problem is that pretty soon here they're going to start losing their players.
You think like what? Saliba's out? You think like
Odegaard's
out? Like who do you?
I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying if it continues like this,
well,
they're not going to want to stay.
I mean,
There's no reason for them to stay.
other than Gabrielle, maybe Saliba and Saka, kind of is like,
Not.
yeah, why not? I mean, they're a big time club. They can go out and find new players.
People still want to play for Arsenal.
What are they missing? Kenny, what are they missing, do you think? What's the number
9.
one? Is it just the 9,
Yeah,
or do you
it's a
think
9.
it's a...
I mean, a 9.
I mean,
Don't
okay.
have to say any more
winger.
words.
The
A winger,
midfield
a
needs
9.
to get better.
To be honest, I still really like Arsenal's squad for like what it is. I think that Odegaard, like Smitty said, should be more of an 8. Like if he was to even play on like the left side and like able to just go back and forth, and with the technical ability he has, I think that could be quality. But like, why not? Well, when Yeri's back, why not try like him and Odegaard together? Why like have like Partey or Rice sitting at the 6 and like try to be more expansive, try to play more free? Because right now, what you're seeing with Arteta is someone who clearly has a structure, who clearly has a system, who clearly has one dialed in style of playing. But at the end of the day, these are professional footballers. Let him go. Let him roam.
Yeah,
Let 'em
you're
try.
seeing all these teams in the Prem that like have no back line, and they just don't give a shit. They're just leaving those guys on an island, and they're playing, and it's like you got 2 world-class center backs, and it's like you just got to let those guys go play and let Gabrielle and Saliba and Rice or Partey at the 6 just, deal with shit when it comes up.
City didn't win the league all these times by keeping the ball out of their goal.
Yeah.
City won the league by scoring 3 every single game.
When you play not to lose, how do you expect to win?
It's
Yeah,
a
that's all.
mindset.
Now,
Yeah.
I will say, the counter of that argument, if they do have a forward that can just sniff out a goal, well, then he's looking like a genius because he's structured and he doesn't let, people
It's
sit
the
on
same
an
exact
island.
thing as Pep. It's the same exact thing as Pep. Like Pep has his certain system. He brought in Holland, and now we see the numbers that Holland's doing. Like Arteta is literally Pep's understudy. Like he wants to do the same exact thing. But I don't want to spend too much time on Arsenal. Do we want to quickly talk about just United's performance?
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, they did win. So
Let's talk about the game.
Yeah. How about
talk about
Harry
the game.
Maguire? Harry Maguire listened to this podcast and he just spit all over your face, Kenny. A big old blockhead spit with a big old loogie. He just spit from Manchester, England, all the way over to LA, and that's quite the distance.
This guy's
Well-
absolutely class. I heard during the week that they triggered his 1 year for his new contract, so he's going to be at United for another season. I think they should give him the armband back. Let this guy give another test run at the captaincy.
I agree. 100%. Kenny, you're being awfully quiet over there. Maybe that's because I keep talking, but I'm going to keep going.
No, you guys go. Y'all go. Then I'll go.
No, why don't
This
you
is
interject?
100% the center back for Manchester United's future. He's the one that's going to lead them back into the glory Man United days where they're winning leagues and they're winning Champions Leagues. This is the guy.
Yep.
You don't got to go buy
Morgan
more center
Freeman
backs.
Said it
You got
best.
Harry.
Like Andy Dufresne, he climbed through a tunnel of shit to be free on the other side. He is about to exit that tunnel of shit, I tell you, and it's going to be glorious. Glorious,
So,
they say.
So for the viewers who don't know, I just have to call a spade a spade. Smitty's a diehard Liverpool fan, and of course he wants Harry Maguire to stay back there because they're not good. I
Wow.
don't care how
He's
well
class.
he plays. I don't
He's
care how well
brilliant.
he plays. What the thing I said about Harry Maguire, what is it? He can defend very well.
He's their best center back.
My point was if he has to pass the ball anywhere forward, GG's. It's GG's.
You're
He
three
doesn't
back.
have to.
It's
He doesn't
GG's.
have to, though. He doesn't have to.
This is the thing. This is the thing with Manchester United. How are we talking about a club that's at this size And
It doesn't matter.
we're all the defending that they're doing. Sure, I get it. Dallo had a stinker. He had the red card, whatever. But you can't be defending this much if you're Manchester United. I don't understand it. Like, if you like, he's doing the defending that people for Leicester City should be doing. This is the type of defending that he's doing. And if you want to be better, if you want to hit higher levels, if you're Manchester United, you have to look past Harry Maguire.
I mean,
But like, we got to just chill on this. Like, they're Manchester United. Like, they're 12th. Who cares that they're Manchester United? It doesn't matter. Like, they're not good. The team's not good. So if the team's not good, you might as well have Harry because he fits right in with the rest of the bunch.
listen.
I'm
even,
not saying Harry
no, no,
Maguire
no.
should go play for Arsenal because he'll look like a big toe on your thumb instead of a finger. But he's a
No.
Manchester United. He is the standard. That's what the standard is. They employ Casemiro and Eriksen. No disrespect to Eriksen. He's been through a lot. But we're talking about Harry Maguire like he's the worst player on the team? He's one of the most consistent performers they have.
Okay.
Don't forget about Johnny Evans.
Let's not
I
sit here and pretend like you have
It's
to
not
be
as bad as Phil Jones.
No.
Let's not sit here and
No.
pretend like you have to be a maestro with your feet at the center back back position.
Did
I
you
mean-
just say maestro?
No.
He said Maestro.
Maestro. How do you
Maestro.
pronounce it? Maestro.
Maestro.
Sound it out. Sound it out. Sound it out.
I'm trying to sound it out. Maestro.
You don't got to be a Maestro to play for United.
You don't have to be a Mr. Sir to play at me. Guys, I think we've already settled on the fact that I can't speak very well. Okay, it's all up here. It just doesn't come out right.
It's
You don't have
initiated. Just checking in.
You don't have
Listen.
to be a Bistro to make Starbucks.
You don't-
Like,
listen.
you don't have to be that.
Listen,
You can be a
Might
Bistro.
start a spin-off show here, and I'm gonna teach Jake third grade phonics.
language.
See, yeah.
I took
All right.
some NyQuil before this episode because I had some nasal. I think it's me up.
That is
Jacob,
insane.
finish your point about Harry Maguire, please.
Okay, you
'Cause
do
I
not
agree with you.
need you do not need to be good on the ball necessarily. Okay, Bonucci. Am I saying his name right? Bonucci.
Yep.
All right.
Kind of.
Vidic. All these guys. Like these guys were not world-class players on the ball.
Back in 87.
So what?
I agree. He's
So
an old
what?
school defender. He heads
Play
the ball hard.
play the ball out wide, or play the ball to your six, or pump it forward and defend your ass off. That's what you got the left and the right side center backs to be. Okay? If you have a guy like Harry at the center back defending his ass off, let the other defenders play on the ball and get it to your six and get it to your playmakers. Okay? You do not need to be, John Stones. You do not need to be these guys that are really technical. Just do your job. Everyone's got a job. Do your job.
He's
Here's
slow, he's big, and he has bricks in his head, which is fine. The issue is when they play DeLitt next to him, who is also slow, big, and has bricks in his head. When those two aren't on the field together, it's fine.
Here's the thing.
Well, they did pretty good today.
Here's the thing. With Manchester United, all we've seen this year, they love a big game. They love a big occasion. For some reason, they perform to a certain standards, a certain level. That's class. My thing is, what happens when you play against a Southampton? What happens when you play against a Brighton, against a Bournemouth? That's where you see where you need a ball-playing center back at Harry Maguire's position needed. And if he can't provide that, and if you're just relying on defending for Manchester United, something's gone clearly wrong. And that's why it just needs to get better.
You need a ball-playing
needs to
center
be.
back with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire doesn't need to be the ball-playing center back.
You have Andre Onana,
can't
so
be.
Maguire cannot pass the ball. That's how you offside it.
Fair enough. We dived into this a lot, so we can move it. But if there,
Quick
I honestly
shout out.
Go ahead.
Quick shout out to my dear he played
Man of
unbelievable
the match
today.
performance.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
100%. I mean,
Yep.
two saves that you couldn't put him more in the corner, and unbelievable. And then the save on Declan Rice. Declan Rice. I mean, how has he missed that? That was
He
shocking.
doesn't know how to head the ball. He doesn't know how to head the ball.
Apparently.
Literally just stuck his head there and he just like let the ball
Yeah.
bounce off his head. Just like do
Yeah.
a little bit of like a
It's
little
class technique.
turkey ball.
Bruno Fernandes,
What a
class
nasty finish.
That was.
Yeah, what nasty.
I mean, that was not easy
That was
at
so
all.
crazy. That
Yeah.
was so crazy.
on the bobble.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that Gernard, like, why are you playing that bouncy of a ball in the Prem?
Yeah.
But it just didn't matter because Bruno took that on the half, just
I'm
bounce.
debating if I want to be petty or not, but someone
Dude.
else received
Dude,
a pass that was a bit bobbly a couple weeks ago and scotted over at Anfield. But you know what? You're right. It's a class finish from Bruno Fernandes.
it is class.
Yeah, no, it was actually like unreal because when you see like
For real.
how much he like just weaved it around the defender, how much like pressure and like intensity was in that pass for him to handle it like that on the touch. Yeah, it's unreal. Unreal.
You want to talk about the Arsenal's goal though? I mean, not too bad itself. By Gabriel,
What was
a
yours?
little turn, left-footed side volley into
As a
the net.
CB, that's
Yeah,
class.
yeah, well,
Pretty
whatever.
good.
There's nothing right
In a
about that.
crowded
Deflection.
area
Yeah,
off in
whatever.
the corner. It wasn't really a deflection, but
It was a deflection, but
Another
okay.
set
Brilliant
piece.
goal off of a set piece.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
he
I swear, man, that corner. Whoa.
oh my god! All right,
all right.
someone kick this guy, Kenny.
This
off.
guy. This guy.
Go, I had to weave it in there somehow. Come on. It's an unreal song. You should be playing in that Duquesne for the basketball games. Like, I hope you are.
There's no clean version.
Whoa, he's
Whoa.
looked. He's looked. He's
Okay.
tracked.
I already tried.
Yep.
Fair enough. Not fair enough.
I'm on the trends, boys. I'm on the trends.
Yeah. Yep.
But
That's
yeah. Anything else with the game? Because
no. I got
honestly,
one
it's
other thing.
definitely
I got a
tough.
bone to pick.
Ooh.
We kind of already talked about it a little bit in
Ryan
the chat
Landry has a
before
bone
this.
to pick. Oh my god.
I like this. He's
Right.
locked in.
In the penalty shootout, Nick, as a
yeah.
goalkeeper,
Yeah.
what the actual hell is he doing?
It was
Why is he
Sunday
leaving?
It was Sunday.
Why is he
league.
leaving literally a second before the ball is even hit?
Yeah, there's some things that I can't even explain. I can't explain it. I really can't. It makes no sense.
He was
Like, he's
suffering.
really on-
I genuinely don't know why.
He
I
already
genuinely
dove
don't know
left,
why.
and the ball still hasn't even been kicked yet.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
he's
all right,
just-
all right, I'll go the other way, I guess.
It's a steady case of
Absolutely.
premature slidulation. It happens to the best of goalkeepers sometimes, in a big moment. And
It's absolutely poor.
So
you
the-
would think.
The
You would think
only
as a. Go ahead.
the only thing I can think of is he's made his mind up which way he's diving before the guy even walks up to take the pen. Like he saw Bruno and he was like, "I'm going this way, no matter what other
The stat
signs
sheet
he
told him
gives
to go
me."
this way.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was just playing it strictly by the numbers, and that's why he was going so early. But it's like the United goalkeeper wasn't going early. Now the United goalkeeper is also like 6'5", and he was saving pens that were in the corner.
yeah,
But
I mean, also, what a bold couple decisions. We got an 18-year-old subbed on center back taking the PK, buries it, and then you put on Xerxes, who was booed off, crying down the tunnel. Man, some brass stones that one. Because if he missed that,
if you got it, you got it. Yeah.
if he missed that, it might have been over.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
a wrap. But I think it's a big shout out to Amarim because for him to actually like come into the side, and I don't know what it is. It might be that AC Milan toxic energy where for big games they like big performances, but they're still fighting for a trophy. So shout out United, and we'll see what Southampton looks like.
In this recent form, let's do a little prediction here. Let's go around the table. Okay. Where are they
Seventh.
finishing? 7th. Okay. Wow.
I think
No.
they'll get 8th.
Ninth.
Logan.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
I'm gonna give them 10.
10. Okay. Lando,
Just sneaking into the top of the table. Okay.
Wow.
Fair enough. But I think it's a perfect segue for some of the games that are coming up, seeing that this recording is going to be out when the Prem this week continues. But Lando, you got some of the matches lined up?
Yeah, I got the matches lined up. I'll run through all of them through Thursday, since that's technically the next week. We
Why don't you
got
sound a little excited about it? Jeez.
Relax, brother. We got Brentford, Man City on the road. That could be a high-scoring game.
We all don't mess with the Brentford at home. We hate it. We hate it.
Except if you're Plymouth Argyle, is that who they are?
Yeah. Or
Who
that.
upset
Yeah.
Brentford?
That's the FA Cup. It doesn't matter. It's like March Madness. Magic's in the air. You never know what's going to happen.
We
No,
got
fair enough.
Pep
Before-
showcasing some great
Yeah.
managerial
We can talk about it real quick.
managerial abilities here in this window by
Mhm.
spending another 150 million, buying a center back for 40 million that last year was signed for 100K. I
Where's he
don't
from?
That's crazy.
Uzbekistan?
no idea. Not a
Uzbek,
clue.
the first Uzbek to play in the Premier League, I believe, is what I saw.
I just know that Marmoush is also very likely to head there. I don't know where he's going to play.
I'm going to start my agenda after you're done.
But- We'll see. They needed a backup striker, so good signing, I guess.
Yeah, I think Twitter has these people running amok, no pun intended. Like, it is this Marmoush guy, I'm not sold at all. I don't care what the highlights, what the comp is telling me. Really, like, I've seen finishes, I've seen highlights that look cool, but for the Prem from Frankfurt, we shall see.
He looks sick, though, when he runs around with that mask on after he scores.
Right.
Maybe he has that aura that Jack Grealish and Kyle Walker have, who will no longer be with Manchester City because, well, we got to talk about Kyle Walker. Apparently, I don't know if you guys saw the story.
No.
Kyle Walker was supposed to be getting a divorce here in the next couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, before the news came out that Pep announced he was leaving Manchester City, the news came out that the divorce was off and that they were going to get back together. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with a connection of him potentially going to the Saudi Pro League, where he's going to make over 500 grand a week. I don't know. But the wife, she might be a very smart lady if she cancels out the divorce, postpone it a couple months, and then split the money evenly.
Yeah.
Very smart lady.
Very, very smart.
I see. Well, that story is, I feel like, partially true. The other half is that AC Milan was looking at him. Guys, I tweeted out earlier. If I see a right back partnership of Emerson Royale and Kyle Walker together, like switching on and off, I will fly to Milan and I will start swinging. I don't care. I don't care.
Kenny got arrested for what? He tried to assault the entire.
They understand though. They don't.
AC Milan.
People would understand. But
There's no way. There's
That would probably be the only big club in the world that has two worse fullbacks than Andrew Robertson and Kostas Tsimikas. That's probably the only big club in the world that would be worse.
Well, we can divert back to the question here. I actually think Brentford's going to beat City. I don't know about y'all, but I think Brentford's going to beat them.
I think City are rolling. I'm going to go with City.
I think City's back. 2 wins in a row.
Are they back?
So
Not
what do you mean by back?
not back, but
Yeah,
like
like fully
win
back
games
or
that
like
they're
kinda
supposed
back?
to.
No, we need a temp check just because I'm
Like,
scared.
No,
not
not back,
atrocious.
back. Like we're like
Just
warm.
win games
We're
like
warm.
Brentford.
We're at like the 50, 60 degree weather right now.
Oh,
We're warm.
Okay.
Next up, we got Chelsea and Bournemouth. Will Chelsea get their first win in the Prem since the 22nd
I don't
of
know. This is
December?
a good game. Bournemouth is
Flying.
flying. For Bournemouth, what are they sitting 7?
Yeah, but I think they're easily fighting for top 4 this year, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, they're only 3 points behind Chelsea, so this would be a big match.
See, this is about these.
Ooh.
This is about these smaller clubs. You never know. You know what I mean? You never know when they're just going to cool down and then just take a big old poop dump. You know. Try not to cuss.
Chelsea-
That was stupid.
Chelsea will win this game 4-0.
I think they handle them easily as well.
Wow. Bold
This is the new
Bournemouth.
predictions.
Bournemouth, guys. This
This
is the new
is.
Bournemouth.
I'm
I
taking
think this
Bournemouth
is
on this
a-
one.
I'm taking Bournemouth.
See what
It's either
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth or
what is
like
Bournemouth
a
really
2-2
good at?
draw.
Bournemouth
Chelsea
is
will
really
have the
good.
ball way too much to not score.
Yeah, but this is what Bournemouth thrives off of. They thrive off of stealing the ball in their own offensive third against some defenders that, let's be honest, are the weakest part of the team. I think they're going to steal one off a defender. They're going to score, and it's going to be a 1-0 win to Bournemouth.
I actually think
All right.
I think the center back, the chill guy for Bournemouth, Hoyson, I think he might nick a little corner. So shout out Bournemouth. I think they're gonna get done.
All right, we're rolling. Don't need to talk about this one. West Ham and Fulham. West
Next.
Ham are
Fulham.
in shambles.
Shambles.
Arguably one of the
New manager bounce for West Ham.
yeah.
You could argue
Um,
what's more shambolic, the current West Ham situation or Ryan Landry off a rum and coke, a couple rum and cokes at Tequila Cowboy, with maybe just peeping her head in the corner.
Cut. This.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Moving
And-
on.
Sorry.
We're starting
To
with
answer
that.
that question, I'm going to go with West Ham.
I'm
Arguably
going
bro.
Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham for sure.
Well, I
Raul
was
Jimenez-
answering the other question, not who was going to win.
I don't know.
Arguably one of the games of definitely the game of Tuesday is Nottingham Forest and Liverpool.
I can't wait.
The 1 versus the 3. This would be huge.
This would be
This would be
huge.
huge. Be huge.
It'd be enormous,
Huge.
they would say.
Huge either way.
Smitty, go ahead.
I think it's huge either way. I think if Liverpool win, I know Arsenal play Spurs on Wednesday. If Liverpool win and Arsenal lose, they'll have one hand grabbing the trophy already. If Liverpool lose, then it's a completely different situation, and then the alarm bells might have to start going off. And hopefully, if that happens, we will get active in this transfer window.
Is Arsenal in a title race if Liverpool loses?
Depends
Yeah,
if
I
they
think it's
win on
Nottingham.
Wednesday.
I think it's
Arsenal and Nottingham are tied with 40 points. So both would be back into the race.
Man, I can't believe Nottingham is sitting second right now.
It's your team.
It's my guys, you know? My God.
Fighting for the
Calabash and
badge.
Adoy? I mean, come on, man. Little revival of the lad.
I
Chris
just have a
Wood,
feeling
magical.
that psychopathic Arne Slot, who mentions all the time about how Nottingham Forest was the only team to beat him in the whole calendar year, beat him. I feel like they might win like 2-0 and make it real comfortable. But there's always the
I'm going
chance
draw.
where Nottingham Forest lock up the gates and play
That
really
seems like
well
a 1-1.
defensively.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see Milinkovic just stand in front of Salah. It's going to be fantastic.
Do we want to take bets
Just-
on if Salah scores or not, Jacob?
No, because I'm losing.
Why?
I'm most likely because
50-50 bet.
is
You
it?
either
I'd
win or you
say,
lose. He either
man.
scores or he doesn't.
Well, I would say
Milinkovic is going to stand
listen,
in front of him. You said.
if Salah doesn't score, then they win this game. So the real question
That's how
is,
you're
do
feeling?
they score? I mean,
well
What
said.
if
Alenga,
Chiesa scores?
I'm not
That
worried.
requires him to play.
I'm not worried.
So we can move on to the next one.
I'm not worried.
Everton and Aston Villa start off the Wednesday slate.
Aston Villa.
Villa.
Yeah,
We're
Villa.
starting the campaign now. All of us are in. Get Everton relegated.
Everton needs to get relegated. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah, they're close.
They took away an all-time great from us.
For David Moyes.
Leicester City and Crystal Palace. We need Leicester to win there to continue that movement.
Crystal Palace going to win that game.
Yeah, Newcastle.
No, dude. That's a
I
bad
like
team.
Leicester. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Draw,
Crystal's on the come up, baby.
Nah, that's a bad football club.
Newcastle and Wolves. Newcastle are in form, 5 wins in a row.
Yeah.
4-0. Isak scores twice, Gordon scores once, and Bruno G scores.
Out of those 5
like
wins,
that.
you got
I honestly
4
like that.
shutouts. 4 shutouts and 8, 11, 13, 15 goals scored in the past 5 games.
They're flying. They're rolling.
They're flying.
They are flying. And
Not
then
the best striker in world football right now. So
And then the other big matchup, Arsenal and Spurs.
God.
North London derby.
This is literally the tale of two different sides. Just all go. No rules. And then only rules. Only structure. I can't wait. I think Tottenham pulls it out. Because I just think they're going to score more goals than they can handle.
I don't know. With how they played last game against, we all watched, where they scored 3 goals in overtime.
But they're going to be chopping at the bit.
That's just how the Spurs are. They play the crap one game and then they're amazing the next game and then they're crap.
Well,
So
the
the
way
way
they
I-
had last game. So
the way I look at this is if you get in your car and you put your left foot on the brake and the right foot on the gas and you slam both down as hard as you can, either the gas is going to win or the brakes are going to win. And you don't really know which one's going to come out on top. You just hope you don't die in the end.
Well,
And honestly, whichever team loses, there's going to be loud discussions about the manager. So we're going to have something to talk about regardless.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Spurs is having a very united season that no one wants to talk about. They love a big game, so that's why I'm just like, they can do it. Like, they can
do
upset,
it.
but we shall see.
I think it'll be 1-1 or a 1-0 Arsenal.
Optimistic of you.
my boy James Madison coming out like he does at big games, goal and assist.
Knowing Postecoglou, he'll probably bench Son and
yeah.
Madison.
Yeah, probably. But I don't even care. He'll come on in the 60th minute, get a goal and assist. Honestly, that'd be even better. But then they still lose.
Lastly, on Thursday, we got Ipswich and Brighton. A stinker. Everyone they shoot you.
Probably another Delap pen. He seems to be getting a lot of those recently, but yeah, I don't have much here.
You got United, Southampton. You never really know what's going to happen there with United.
Yeah.
They should win this, but
That's a 3-0 win United or a 0-0 draw.
They're the same exact as AC Milan. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, we love a big game, but then when we have to play like a Cagliari or Southampton, it's going to be a draw. It's going to be some bullshit.
I think this post-Christmas part of the season, I mean, I'm seeing things with the United team that, offensively still, again, shambolic. However, getting stuck in, playing more as a team, I think you're about to see some points coming Man United's way.
1 point at a time.
They're not going to be pretty. They are not going to be pretty points. I will say that. But points nonetheless.
Fair
I have a
enough.
feeling that United still have no idea what they're doing with the ball. So when they play teams like Southampton, it's not really a benefit to them because they just don't know what they're supposed to do.
Huh.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon.
We shall, but I think that's a quick little Prem prediction roundup from us. But I think before we wrap this up, Muck, do you have a story time?
Sure do. This is
Okay, fan favorite.
coming from 1994, the Caribbean Cup qualifiers.
What?
During this cup, they set their own rules. So you could not draw a group stage match, and golden goal in extra time was worth 2 goals. I mean, this is unheard of.
Sounds electric.
During the yeah, maybe every game should be like this. During the final group stage game, Barbados played against Grenada, and they needed to win by 2 in order to go through and qualify with goal differential. They were winning 2-0 until the 83rd minute. Grenada scored. So Barbados then scored an own goal because they had to score. They had to win by 2. So they were like, we're not going to leave this up to the last 7 minutes here. We're going to get the 2-point golden goal. So then it's 2-2 into extra time, and Grenada caught on to what they were doing. So they decided that they could score a goal and win the game 3-2 or score an own goal and lose 3-2 in before extra time. So Grenada went ahead and scored an own goal because they went and scored an own goal.
It's so petty.
And the game ended 3-2, and Grenada went through.
Oh,
Just absurd.
my God. That
That's
is
unreal.
absurd.
That's
I mean,
unreal.
what a heads-up play from the managers. They really read the rule book
Was that
before
this
the match.
1994?
Yeah.
They gotta get the video.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
got to
crazy.
be televised.
I wonder if they were just like, all right, let's go score another own goal, and the game just ended 7-7. They were just going and scoring like a Western standoff.
It's been amazing.
I love
Good play,
that.
though. That was class.
That
You're
was
3 for 3
class.
right now.
Yeah.
You're 3 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, to everyone else who made it this far, this is season 2 underway. Obviously, a lot of footy to talk about, but we'll be right back again next week for another one. And thank y'all for tuning in. This is another episode, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.